cookies are really good.
Yeah.
Solid. All right. Hey, welcome back to the set. Welcome back. How we doing? Thank you guys so much for tuning in the first episode. We had a blast. A good premiere. Yeah, we noticed half of y'all were, not half.
Half.
More than half. Didn't subscribe.
It was like a quarter.
But yeah, we have 70-something views.
80.
What's up with that, guys? Come on, just sub. It's just a button. Just hit the little button. Hit the notification bell.
God, we're sellouts.
Oh, I have a feeling this is going to be a good episode because I'm...
Hey, who made these cookies?
Me?
No, like, what's the brand?
Toll House.
Toll House, sponsor us.
Toll House, yeah, sponsor us. We got cookies on the table. I have a good feeling about this episode that we're just going to have a great time because I'm half asleep from this weekend.
What'd you do this weekend?
Hey, thanks for asking, man. This weekend I went to Mobile. My fraternity had an alumni tailgate, so I went to go to that, and that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Got to see all my old friends that are still my friends. I don't know why I said old. They're still my friends. But yeah, I got to see them.
We just lost 4 subscribers.
Yeah, sorry.
Which is a quarter of our subscribers since no one subscribed.
Levi, tell me about your weekend. What did I miss while I was gone?
I ate so much Indian food that I questioned whether or not I wanted to live through tomorrow. Yesterday, I mean.
Where was said Indian food? Like, did you get a takeout? Did you eat there?
Yeah, it was buffet, and I shouldn't have got a second plate.
Where?
What do you mean, like Indian kitchen?
Where's that? In Huntsville? I don't know.
No, it's on airport.
Oh, okay, airport. Yeah. Yeah, so editing the premiere video, I noticed that my ice maker made a lot of background noise and my AC unit made a lot of background noise. So we went ahead and turned those off for you so we can have a quiet, smooth episode for y'all. Let me get my notes out here. But
No, I don't know.
Let's talk about our Halloween weekend. You know, we talked about Halloween. Let's talk about our Halloween weekend.
We did the same thing. We went to a Halloween party, quote unquote, and we were basically the only ones that dressed up. So
yeah, the spirit of Halloween's dead, and I hate it. There were barely any trick or treat. Well, it was raining.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's fine. But I was just like, we were supposed to watch a movie and we couldn't because it was raining.
But
which
that's fine. We had a good time. We were making it sound like we had a bad time. We had a good time.
We're just guilting people into put on outfits.
Yeah, I was dressed up as Alan Grant from my favorite movie, Jurassic Park. Levi, what were you dressed up as?
Knuckles from Sonic.
Knuckles from Sonic. It's good, and I think Levi's costume was better than mine. I had the little.
Mine was definitely comfier.
Yeah, I had the inflatable Tyrannosaurus guy riding a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and I was telling Levi it's so hard to wear those because you can't fit through a doorway in it, so you have to walk sideways. But yeah, Halloween weekend. I hope everyone else's Halloween was a fun time. We also updated our logo on YouTube and Spotify. Mm-hmm. Hey Google, sponsor us. Come on.
Oh, you just turned mine on.
Oh yeah, you have a Google Pixel.
Sponsor us, come on. That's what it's.
All right, guys. So today we have a fun one for you. One of Levi's favorites, and we're doing this because this movie is a fall movie for sure. It takes place in November, early November in the movie. Mm-hmm. But we're going to be talking about the hit movie Knives Out from 2019, written and directed by Rian Johnson. The murder mystery movie. You know what else is a mystery?
What?
How is Ana de Armas so hot? Let's talk about that mystery.
Epic saying is a bit of a stretch.
Okay. Let me have this.
Okay.
Come on, let me dive this. Yeah, I'm gonna be quizzing Levi on some trivia as we get into this. Trivia about the movie. But I'm gonna read you the IMDb summary for this movie as our little synopsis. Alright, this movie is a detective investigates the death of the patriarch of an eccentric combative family. What do you think of that IMDb summary?
Okay, that was IMDb. I was like, you definitely threw that in a thesaurus somewhere.
No, that's not. That's the IMDb summary. What do we think of that?
Patriarch of the...
A detective investigates the death of the patriarch of an eccentric combative family.
Well, there is a detective, but Benoit Blanc is not a detective, technically. He's a PI.
So I clicked this, and now that Lionsgate has a better IMDb summary that I'm reading here. When renowned crime novelist
spoilers. It's all we always got to do.
Oh, yeah.
Spoilers ahead, big time.
Spoilers ahead. When renowned crime novelist Harlan Thrombey is found dead at his estate just after his 85th birthday, the inquisitive and debonair detective Benoit Blanc is mysteriously enlisted to investigate. From Harlan's dysfunctional family to his devoted staff, Blanc sifts through a web of red herrings and self-serving lies to uncover the truth behind Harlan's untimely death.
You want to know something I just thought about?
What?
So, you know how Benoit Blanc has like a supposedly like Kentucky accent or whatever in the weird Kentucky accent?
Yeah.
You know whose name is also Harlan?
Who?
Colonel Sanders.
Oh.
Maybe
That is a fun little trivia.
Yeah.
Right there. So let's go through the cast here. We've got Daniel Craig as
Benoit
Blanc. Chris Evans as Ransom Drysdale. What a name.
That's
a crazy dude.
So is Harlan Thrombey. But
Ana de Armas is Marta Cabrera. Jamie Lee Curtis is making a reappearance on this movie as Linda Drysdale. Michael Shannon as Walt Thrombey. Don Johnson as Richard Drysdale. Toni Collette as Joni.
What is your opinion on Toni Collette?
Okay, we'll get into that. Joni Thrombey. Joni?
Yeah.
Lakeith Stanfield as Lieutenant Elliot.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher Plummer as Harlan Thrombey.
The kid from It.
The kid from Jaden Martell
Yep.
as Jacob Thrombey. And other than that, there are other people, but they're not as up on the billing.
But what a stacked cast.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, actually a stacked cast. Like, not only some good actors, but some new young faces as well, which is pretty awesome. So okay, let's get into trivia here. First one's going to be a little easy. I'm giving you these as some of them are A, B, C, and D answers, so you have some options.
Yeah, I'm just gonna read your tells as which one is the right answer.
No, you have to think of the number, loser. All right, this first one's easy. What are the words on the mug that Marta drinks at the end of the movie?
My house, my something, my coffee. My house, my mug, my coffee.
You're very close.
I'm right on two of them. I know.
You're absolutely right on two of them.
I don't know what the middle one says.
It's my house, my rules, my coffee.
Symbolism.
I'll give you that. So you're one for 5 right now. All right, how much did this movie cost? A, $60 million. B, $40 million. C, $100 million. Or D, $120 million.
40.
That's correct.
Let's go.
$40 million. That was the estimated budget. Which that's not.
I mean,
I think it's pretty up there, but it's not.
Obviously the set is sick. The house and the sweaters.
Yeah.
Okay, well, but I'm just saying, like,
but yeah,
they're not paying for a bunch of explosions and special
that's
effects.
True. It's all going to the set design and stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Well, how much did it make? This is. Hold on. I'll give you
very popular movie.
I'll give you a number. Yeah. How much did it make in terms of global box office? Not day one, just globally.
Oh,
Ready?
yeah, whole time.
Yeah. A, $163 million. B, $213 million. C, $288 million. Or D, $312 million.
288.
Sorry, that's incorrect. It was D, 312.
Dude, I thought about it. I should have went lowest and highest.
It was actually closer to 313 million, which is impressive. So now you're what? You're two for five. Okay, this one you should get this. Mm-hmm. But again, I don't know. I'm kind of throwing you a zinger here. Where was this movie filmed? So A, Maine.
Yeah.
B, Vermont. C, Massachusetts. Or D, Connecticut.
It's Vermont.
It's Massachusetts.
Oh, okay. I swear I heard.
Yeah, I picked all the states like bordering Massachusetts as the other ones.
I swear I've heard someone say it was Vermont before, though.
Which is gorgeous. Like the area, the house where it's at.
The Ford dealership.
Yeah, the Ford dealership in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so this one, I'm gonna just preface this. You're what? You're 2 for 5 still?
Yeah.
Yeah. So all these answers are taglines for the movie, but only one of them is the main tagline. That was like the main one that was put on everything. You already know it, don't you?
I know, but I wanted to go to LetterBoxd to see if it was on the.
Well, you can't look at that. It's cheating.
Punch the book.
Is it A, nothing brings a family together like murder?
Okay, it's definitely not that.
B, everyone has a motive, no one has a clue.
That's good.
Or C, hell, any of them could have done it.
B.
That's correct. It was B. That one's pretty easy.
The B just sounded the best.
That's why I said it's the main one. Because It sounds like a good one.
Yeah.
But they're technically all taglines, which was weird. I was like, hell, any of them could have done it? That's a weird tagline.
You could say that for any thriller. I mean, not thriller, mystery movie. Clue.
Yeah, you could. This movie is very Clue-like. That's what I like about it.
Really?
Yeah.
How many times? I've only seen Clue.
Well, I just like the vibe of Clue.
Yeah, the movie or the game, the whole thing.
The game, like the vibe of like...
Yeah, I like playing the game.
The game is fun. Mm-hmm. But this is not Clue, the movie. This is Knives Out.
Yeah.
Oh, so this movie actually got an Oscar nominee for Best Original Screenplay.
Fair. Very fair.
Yeah.
Well deserved.
That is an interesting fact.
Rian Johnson's kind of a hit or miss. I don't know. He's got some decent stuff. Like, this is good. Last Onion was all right. Last Jedi, mid. Looper, have you seen Looper?
I've seen Looper.
Looper's pretty good.
Looper's pretty good.
So he's like 3.5 or 4.
Yeah. Yeah, he is a hit or miss kind of dude. But I can't really give him a lot of credit because he ruined Star Wars for me, but it's fine.
He did like 1.
So here's another fun fact. At the will reading, Ransom tells his family to eat donut. It was originally scripted to tell them fuck you. Rian Johnson decided to remove most of the F-bombs in the script to secure a PG-13 rating and to keep the movie more like the mystery films he used to watch with his family growing up. Chris Evans was the one who suggested substituting eat donut. I was like, that's a good line delivery by him.
It was fine.
Another fun fact is Rian Johnson mentioned to the costume designer Jenny Egan that he thought Ransom would have beautiful, expensive clothes that he didn't take care of.
I noticed on the sweater that it was torn on the...
So the costume designer, Egan, ran with this and wearing holes into the sleeves of his now iconic sweaters and even distressing the heels of the loafers he wears.
You want to hear the #1 rated review on this movie on LetterBoxd? A movie as good as its sweaters. And then in parentheses, the sweaters are excellent. That's the most liked review.
They are super sweaters is what I wrote in my notes.
Uh-huh.
This is actually a pretty cool fact. All of the clocks and phones have accurate timing. In an interview, director Rian Johnson said, anytime a clock or a phone is in set, somebody has paid very close attention to the time and has asked me what time it's supposed to be in the actual scene.
They showed clocks a lot, especially when she was in the car, that one scene.
Yeah, and Michael Shannon's watch when she leaves.
Yeah.
But that goes to show you, like I said in the first episode of the podcast, I like attention to detail like that.
Yeah.
When a movie, they care.
Easter eggs.
Well, when they just care a lot, and they're like, yeah, no, in this scene it's going to be 12 o'clock, so let's make everything 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Which is pretty awesome. Let me ask you, what would you rate this movie out of 5?
5.
5 out of 5?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I love this movie.
But why?
Because at the end, when you ask what would I change, it'd probably be nothing. Other than the fact that I wish it was set in the UK and British and directed by Guy Ritchie.
This guy. No. I think it's a good movie. But in my opinion, I think it's a good movie. I would rate it a 4 out of 5. And my reasoning is because watching it for the first time in theaters, I remember, spoilers, I remember immediately being like, it's going to be Chris Evans who killed him.
It's fine.
But then the twist.
But it's not a straight answer.
But then it's the twist at the beginning, and then rewatching it, I still knew it was him.
No, you didn't. You were like,
yes, I did, because I told you halfway through. I was like, I remember he gets arrested.
That's fine, but they show him get arrested when you said that, idiot.
No, they showed him.
He was in the cop car when you said that.
The first time, not at the end.
Yeah, but you were like, I remember him getting arrested.
Yeah, because he did it.
Yeah, but you were like, oh, I think I...
He was the mastermind.
You also thought Harlan Thrombey was still alive, too.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought that. To be real with you. I do not know why I thought that. But yeah, I'd give it a 4 out of 5.
That's my cup of tea. That's my genre.
Yeah, murder mysteries.
That's my type on
paper. I'll say Rian Johnson really killed
100% my type on paper.
The feel of like
Ana de Armas.
Yeah, that is my cup of tea for sure.
Dab me up, bro.
Hey, Anna, if you're listening to this.
Okay. You want to hear my LetterBoxd
Come
review?
on Valentine's Day. You can be a special guest on Valentine's Day.
You want to hear my LetterBoxd review?
Yeah, let's hear your LetterBoxd review.
I said, cool story. Hey, Anna, tie me up to the back of your car and drag me around town.
Okay. Degenerate.
Yours would be the same thing,
it would.
Except it would say Tony Collette.
No, it'd be Ana de Armas for sure. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right into plot. My first note on plot: we got to get rid of vaping in movies.
No, it's to build like it's to be like, all right, I kind of don't like her, whatever.
No, I hate it.
It's realistic,
dude. I hate it.
It's every
nobody looks cool vaping.
20-something-year-old white girl is vaping.
Nobody looks cool vaping.
Yeah, but it's realistic.
Because think about it, Michael Shannon with that cigar, he looked pretty.
Yeah, but
cool.
the 20-whatever-year-old girl is not going to be smoking a cigar.
I know, I know, but I just think
I hate the sound that it makes.
Look, I'm not saying in this movie, okay?
The like Lil Wayne lighter.
Yeah,
flick.
I know, but I'm not saying in this movie. I'm saying just in general, overall, I think we should not have vaping in movies. I think it looks stupid.
Okay.
Like you look.
That was your first note.
So dumb. That is my first note because that's the first freaking shot.
My first note was just the fact that I remember the part where there was multiple family members that thought Marta was from a different country.
Yeah, I picked up on that pretty quickly too.
I don't think, did they ever actually say which one she was actually from?
No.
No, someone said Ecuador, someone else said Paraguay, and then he switched it to Uruguay later in the movie.
Brazil.
And then someone else said Brazil.
Yeah, someone said Brazil. This is just a funny little side note, but
most of mine are from the beginning though, like the setup of the.
Mine too.
Yeah.
The when Jamie Lee Curtis is in the chair getting interviewed, and he's a fan. That detective's a fan of her dad and everything.
Yes.
Is it Michael Shannon that's in the chair? It's one of them.
I don't remember.
But I thought it was funny. I wrote that down. I was like, the detective being a fan made me chuckle. He's like a huge fan.
But that wasn't the first time he said anything, right? Wasn't the first time he said anything was when Joni was like, "Who are you?"
No, I'm not talking about Blanc. I'm talking about the other guy.
Oh,
like,
yes.
Oh, huge fan.
Yeah, he's a brown noser for sure.
That made me laugh pretty hard.
Oh, mine says. So I noticed this. Did you notice this about when they would get Lakeith Stanfield? What's his name in there? I don't remember what his name is. Oh yeah, Elliot. When he gets off topic, I think the first time it happened, he was talking to Joni. They'd get off topic about like the interrogation, and Benoit Blanc would hit the piano key, and he's like, "Oh right," and then they get back into the interrogation. He did that twice.
So
you think that's what that cue was?
I wrote this down too.
Hey, great minds.
I wrote this down too. So I thought it was. I didn't really notice it after Elliot said anything. I thought it was after every time.
I thought it was just to get him back on topic.
They said something. Because whenever they said something, I thought it was like he's calling him out like, that's suspicious.
Well, he only did it twice that I remember, and both times they went down a rabbit hole talking. Like the first time Joni was talking about her like skincare brand or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he hit the piano key, and Elliot goes, "Oh right," and then keeps asking her questions.
I thought it was they said, or they would say something that's like kind of like actually kind of suspicious, and he hit it to be like, I'm noting that kind of deal. That's what I thought.
Maybe. I don't know. I liked mine better.
Yours makes more sense though.
Yeah, because
the more I think about
they're
it,
just suspicious people to begin with.
The more I think about it, the more I'm like, yeah, that would make more sense to be like, hey, random noise. Let's focus up. You know?
Yeah.
My next one is, I'm gonna do a couple here, but
yeah,
because my next ones are kind of funny. But I have super sweaters as the next one. Sweaters in this movie are top notch.
I mean, there's at least like 8 or 9 of them.
Yeah, it makes me want to buy one now. Like a big.
Oh, but it's good. It's gonna be
one.
So cold. It's not cold.
I did say that, but I would buy one.
Yeah, I know you would.
I would buy one.
I have some, and I wore one like a couple weeks ago, and it was like 70 degrees, and I felt fine.
What's it made of? Wool? There's no shot it's made of wool.
I don't know. It's pretty. It feels like it's made out of like yarn material.
Yeah, so wool.
And I wasn't hot.
Okay. My next one is huge cigar when he pressed that dude, it's like the size of his forearm.
Yeah,
it's huge, man. It's massive. Was it Blanc's cigar?
Yeah,
that's Blanc's cigar.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I said this is why I asked you if you've ever seen Murder on the Orient Express or anything like that. Hercule Poirot, who's like the main detective in those movies.
Yeah,
Benoit Blanc reminds me of him.
Oh yeah, no, I get the same vibe.
Yeah,
for sure. I need to watch those movies though. Those are on my watch list.
You've just like seen like the trailers of Kenneth Branagh with the giant. Well, he's got a cool mustache in those though. Yeah. But he does because of the name, it's French, whatever, and the accent, and he's a detective. He's the guy trying to solve the mystery.
Yeah.
This movie is better than those movies, but I do like those movies
for sure. I mean, I haven't seen those, but I can,
especially I
can guess that they're probably better. My next one is. I love the little idea in the plot that because I feel like this really adds a lot to a murder mystery of like having like a little like if then kind of statement. Which I mean by that is like if Marta lies, she then throws up. And I love
well,
that.
tell them about that. They don't know about that.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like one of the fun little plot elements that they add is every time she can't lie.
Yeah, she has a condition.
She has a condition that every time she lies, she has to throw up. And that is such a fun little plot element to add because we'll get into it in the plot. Well, we're in the plot.
It comes into play like 3 or 4 times in the movie.
So do we want to talk about like so Marta is a nurse for the 85-year-old grandfather. And what ends up happening is one night while the family is there for his birthday, she's giving him his medicine. But when they knock the table over, so they go up to his room and they're playing a game called Go.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I don't know what Go is.
It looks like some weird version
It looks
of
like
Chinese checkers.
Mancala or something like that.
Yeah.
And what is his name?
What's his name?
Harlan.
Harlan.
The heck? Harlan
Colonel Sanders
is having a little fun, and he knocks the game board over along with his medication. Well, when she gives him the medication, after she's done it, she then quickly realizes, oh, crap, I gave him 100 milligrams of morphine instead of the actual medication he needs.
Which she said would kill him in 10 minutes.
Yeah. So she accidentally mixed it up. So, yeah, she's
looking for the antidote, which isn't in the bag.
Which is weird. Marta's family is not from America. They're illegals.
Well, her mom is.
Her mom and sister are illegal immigrants. Harlan's like,
he comes up with a plan.
I can't blame him. Yeah, he writes
mystery novels.
Mystery novels. He's like, I can't let you get in trouble. So he like tells her exactly what to do, and like he does slit his throat, which is to cover up,
so that he doesn't actually die from the morphine.
Yeah, and so throughout the whole movie, the reason why I say this plot element's great is because throughout the whole movie we know that Marta did it, or at least we know that from the get-go that she did it.
Yeah.
Did it in air quotes. And so it's fun to see that whenever the detective thinks, she's innocent or whatever, because the instructions she was told by Harlan is gets her safe pretty much. She's told to drive out the driveway, or like go down the stairs, note the time, get in the car, drive past out the driveway
to where the
take
end
a right
of the security camera.
Take a right to get outside of the security cameras, park, come back to the house, climb the like little vine things. I don't know what they're called.
What did he call it in there?
They're like the things you put on the side of your house to let vines grow.
The wood.
Yeah, they're like little wood things. I don't know.
Wood things.
We'll have to. Yeah, I don't know.
Find it later and put this in.
They're like little fences for the side of your house to let vines grow up. That's literally what they're for.
Yeah, but it makes like a ladder.
Yeah, and so she climbs up it. She goes to this fake window
which
that goes
sick
up to his room.
The house.
And she pretends to be him, walks downstairs, and goes back up, and
So that she's seen as him after his time of death
through a glossy mirror too, like a mirror you can't really see through, or a window. You can't see through, which I thought was a cool.
That his son saw him through and told him to go back to bed.
Very fun little.
Yeah, the trick window. I mean, the house itself, fire.
Yeah.
And the trick window just adds another little element.
Yeah, but. So the whole plot element of she can't lie is so fun because he's asking her questions and she's like, and she would tell him and then kind of run away and throw up.
Well, he told her she told Harlan when Harlan was telling her the plan was like, well, I can't lie, and he was like, well, then tell half truths, tell little bits of the truth.
Yeah. And
just don't tell.
Good strategy there.
Yeah.
But she still throws up here and there.
True. Yeah.
What do you have next on your notepad?
That Harlan's mother witnesses all the viewpoints, but can't relay the info. But then she did relay the info. Like off screen, they didn't show her say it, but she told Blanc.
Yeah, so that comes in when Marta climbs back down the ladder, and she looks like Harlan's mother is looking out the window at her, and she's like, "Oh crap, I've been caught."
Yeah.
But then she's like, "Ransom, is that you?
Ransom,
is that you?" And so you're quickly like, okay, she's safe. We're fine.
Yeah.
We're good. I have a fun twist at the beginning was Blanc goes, I don't know who hired me.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, that's cool. I like the fact that we're like...
Well, he said that later on because he said at the beginning, Jamie Lee Curtis asked him who hired him, and he was like, well, I'm not going to give that information.
He lies, essentially.
Yeah.
He tells her, I'm not going to give away that information, but later he goes, I don't know. I don't have a clue who hired me, which is such a fun little plot element.
My next one is when Harlan, the quote that he has, I didn't write down the actual quote, but just when he foreshadows the ending. Well, he said that he was talking about Ransom. He said he sees a lot of himself in him. And he said, but, the poor guy couldn't tell a fake knife from a real one. And then at the end, Ransom gets found out, knows he's going to jail anyways for murder, so he's going to kill Marta. And there's a wheel of knives in the background, which is the sickest part of the set.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool set piece.
He grabs a knife at random to kill her and stabs her with it, and you think, she's been stabbed. And then he pulls it out, and it's one of the fake knives that's just like spring-loaded.
Yeah, that kind of goes in the handle.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good little element. Because when...
I didn't notice that, and then the second time I watched it, and I was like, oh, dude, that's sick.
Yeah, I liked when he said it, you were like, that's important. And I was like, oh, all right, I'm noting that. That's logged in my head for the rest of the movie. Other bits of the plot that I really liked is any sort of scene where Blanc is going through the events in his head of like the...
Oh yeah, when he lays it all out at the end, I was like, oh,
like, especially when they're going through the timeline of the death of Harlan, when it's like at 11:30 you went upstairs, at 12 you left, at 12:05 you went past the gate, stuff like that. I liked those scenes.
I just wonder if like PIs and detectives in real life actually do stuff like that. Say it like that.
And in that scene, I love how this is just a bit of directing. So she's trying to get back to Harlan, but it's a voiceover. You know what I'm saying? And so you have her trying to get back to Harlan with him telling her exactly what to do, and she's doing it. And it's just such a good scene to see that play out. It's really fun. I loved it a lot. I loved the scene with the transition from the birthday or from the memorial to the birthday.
Oh, yeah. It was real time to the flashback.
Mm-hmm. That was a good transition.
Yeah.
I also have... one of my favorite moments was they go over the grounds of the house, and they notice the...
Footprints in the mud?
The footprints in the mud, and the weird vine thing has a piece missing from it. So they go up to that fake window to look at it, and, they find the mud. But as the scene ends... we see that Marta has a very, very tiny
drop of blood on her shoe.
Drop of blood on her white shoe. Which is just... I love... this movie does something good where it puts a pin on something and then leaves it, and it'll come back to it later.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you don't really need to know.
Foreshadow and a callback.
Yeah, it's like...
A++.
Yeah, it's great when like I said, they just put a pin on something, make it known, make your brain be like, that's important, and then they come back to it later.
Yeah, or you don't even know it's important.
Yeah, or you don't know.
Yeah.
It's just kind of there.
But you subconsciously remember it, and then... I said...
what else you got?
I said Ransom is a menace and a comedic genius. That scene where you're talking about...
Eat donut.
Yeah.
Eat donut.
What else did he say? He was... Who did he... He went, after each one of them individually.
My mother, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, well, that wasn't actually that funny. I don't remember what... I should have wrote down what he said.
Yeah, he's very witty.
Yeah.
Very witty.
Yeah, I compared his insults to that of J.K. Simmons in Whiplash.
Yeah.
Which, they weren't that intense.
They weren't that intense.
But the fact that he had one tailored for everybody.
I forgot about the will reading. So when they read the will and Marta ended up getting everything, I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot that happened.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite scenes.
That is a very fun scene.
When he says that she gets everything and the camera zoomed in and out on her, the background zooms out and zooms in on her. I don't know what you call that shot.
It's a zoom in.
Okay.
With an effect.
And she's surprised by it, and all the family is pissed.
Yeah.
And then
they immediately go at her. They're like, you
donut.
Shit.
The camera goes over to Ransom and he's just laughing. But then you find out later that he knew that was going to happen. He's the only one that knew that was going to happen. So then, but he still, he's laughing like he didn't know it was going to happen. So he did a good job of holding it in until the time actually came. Because imagine if he just gave it away pre the will reader saying it. It wouldn't have hit as hard.
Yeah, but yeah, that scene was so funny because it's such a like everyone's like looking at each other like, what's going on? I don't believe it.
And they had just what's his name? Walt had just told Marta before that. He's like, we're gonna take care of you, like financially, we're gonna take care of you. And then it was like she gets all the money, and they're like, well, you need to give it back, or like we're gonna get you deported.
Well, for character arcs. So Walt gets fired by Harlan.
Yeah,
this is important. This is the motives for the characters and why they want what's in the will to be theirs. Walt gets fired because he inherited he didn't inherit. He was appointed as lead publisher for the books.
Yeah,
the book company. Richard is having an affair on Linda.
Yep,
the daughter of.
And the reason he
Harlan.
won't tell her is because she made him sign a prenup, so he doesn't actually own anything. So if they get divorced, he's toast.
Yeah.
They say that later.
Yeah. So Richard is being blackmailed for the affair. Walt is fired. Mm-hmm. And these are all the motives for these characters, too, of like why they might be, a killer. Joni's is the tuition money.
Yep,
and
double
he knows,
dipping.
So Harlan is sending money to Tony for Meg's school. But she's actually keeping the check for Meg's school as an allowance.
No, she's been doing both. She's been getting the check. They've been sending the checks to Meg's school, and she's been having another company send her the money too. So she's been stealing. He said she stole $100,000 a year for the last 4 years from him.
Oh my gosh. And then Ransom just wants money. That's what I said. He just wants money.
Yeah.
He really doesn't want anything else other than a lot of money.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in the scene with the will, you have Walt and that family. They want the publishing company. Ransom, Joni, and Meg want the money, and then Linda and Richard want the house specifically.
Yeah, because they pan the camera to each one of them after they say each.
Yes, and that's how we know. But when they read it and they're like, Marta gets it all.
Yeah,
and I like the bit where they're like, you can't. Linda's like, get out of my house. It's still our house. And
right?
then they look at the will guy, and he's like,
oh, my bad.
Oh yeah, the house goes to Marta. Then they're like, oh, you
donut.
Oh, so funny. So the twist bit where we find out the truth.
The medicines weren't actually switched?
Yeah.
That's what I wrote too.
Yeah. This part where towards the end where...
Well, before that, I put Walt sneaking into the apartment and trying to blackmail Marta when she was trying to get out the back.
Freaking weirdo.
And he basically gave her all she needed to know. He's like, oh, well, if you give us this stuff, we'll pay for your lawyers and make sure, like, no one finds out about your mom and stuff like that. And we keep hearing. She's like, oh, you can do that with, like, the money? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, well, perfect, because I have the money.
Yeah.
So I don't need you to give it.
Sorry, loser.
Yeah.
Thanks.
There's a reason why.
There's a reason why he gave it to me and not you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then they go back to the house, and this is where we have a interrogation of Ransom, right? So Ransom's getting interrogated. We find out the truth that the bottles were not switched, and indeed, or they were switched originally, right? But Marta's a good enough nurse to know what it feels and looks like, so she actually got it correct in the first place. So
it gets confusing at that part, though.
She really doesn't OD Mr. Harlan. In fact, she gives him the right drug, and so he did actually
donut
himself by cutting his throat.
And he would have been fine. I mean, he killed himself anyways.
Yeah, but he would have been fine. Is what the big twist is he was fine all along. But the person who switched the vials was Ransom. Mm-hmm. Ransom snuck right back in.
And what's the other chick's name? The maid lady.
Fran.
She knew that he did it.
Yeah, Fran saw him do it.
So he actually murdered her.
Yeah, we're getting there. Don't worry. This is in the unfolding.
Well, you're past that, and then you're not past that. So
yeah. So I said the twist is really jarring. I loved it. It was so good seeing.
I can make or break a movie.
Daniel Craig,
especially mystery.
Yeah, I love the bits when Daniel Craig has figured it out and starts spitting game and just unravels.
Oh yeah, me too.
The whole mystery, and you're like, oh, my jaw's on the floor. Let me pick that up real quick.
I'm gonna come back to that too when we get to favorite scene.
But I also have this one. In this one, we gotta talk about this. So Fran knows Ransom swapped it, right?
Yeah.
And she blackmails him by saying, like, meet me here, yada, yada, yada.
Yep.
Dude, okay, you ask the only super muscular guy
Oh yeah.
to meet you alone. Like, what do you think was going
And expecting to be able to defend yourself.
Yeah, what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah.
Call the cops, man.
Yeah.
Call the freaking cops.
Yeah. What is blackmailing gonna get her?
Money? I think they do say she wanted some money.
Maybe.
I think they do say that she tried to blackmail for some money. But I'm also like, dude, it's Chris Evans. He was Captain freaking America.
Yeah.
And she's just like a housemaid. I'm like, yeah, you're done.
That's Johnny Storm you're messing with.
So
there.
why? I don't know. I just thought that was something weird in the plot that I was like, call the cops or bring muscle, something like that.
Yeah. The only other thing I wrote is way towards the end with the invisible ink, because
Yeah, I liked that.
Harlan had wrote. He told Richard that he showed him the pictures that he had, so he knew he was having an affair on Linda, and he showed him the pictures and said, "You tell her or I will." And so Richard didn't want to do that. And so after Harlan died, Richard went in Harlan's study and broke into the drawer to find the letter and saw that the letter had nothing written on it. So he thought that Harlan was bluffing, and he just kind of laughed. And I think there was something about he threw the baseball out the window after that, which I thought symbolized something more the last time I watched it, but I don't think it actually did, because then, I know what it was. Linda went and found that baseball and went back to put it in the study and then found the letter.
Finds the letter, yeah.
And she had said earlier, I just thought of this. She said earlier, me and him have like a secret way of communicating.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I assumed what it was
But I didn't write that down. I forgot about that.
She knew that if I put
so
a lighter to the invisible ink, it'll
So
light.
that was cool.
I did like that.
I don't
a
think
lot.
I ever noticed that before.
But that's
Yeah,
like the
secret way.
very, very end. That's like the last 5 minutes of the movie.
That was the last thing
My last thing is I love the bit where it's just Blanc and Marta sitting there, and she's like, "How did you know? How did you know about all this?" And he says, "Well, I knew from the start." And he points at her shoe, and I'm like,
Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
like,
'cause
he's like, the drop of blood.
Yeah.
And I was like,
But
that's
she didn't even know it was there.
Yeah, she
Until
didn't
that
know it was
point.
there. But I love the idea of him just being like, "I'm just that good. I'm just that good."
Because she had said earlier, he's like, "You're not that good of a detective."
Yeah. He gets like, who? Joni?
No.
Richard?
Marta said that too.
Oh, Marta said that.
Yeah, remember she handed him the toxicology report, and she was like, "There it is," and I just handed it to you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about acting.
Yeah.
Who do we think's?
Who's the best? Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
Was for sure the best.
Daniel Craig
I mean,
is-
everyone did really good. There's no one did bad.
Yeah, but I have about 3 that really stand out. 3 or 4. that
Okay, so
stand
for me, it's him, Ana de Armas, and probably Chris Evans. But they're just the 3 with the most screen time.
out. I know. So what I have is Daniel
But Toni
Craig.
Collette too.
I mean,
She's
not-
I hate her. She's just her voice
but
is
that's what I'm
annoying.
saying is like she just is like that. Oh my god.
Yeah, but she nails that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Like she didn't really stretch her legs in this movie.
Okay, you wish.
That's coming out. That's crazy. Wow.
Come on, man.
I was stunned.
You
I'm
walked me
speechless.
right in.
I know. No, I think Daniel Craig is for sure the best performance in this movie. I think he's killing it.
He kills at acting. The accent is peak.
The accent's just fun.
Yeah.
It's just funny. It's just good.
I wonder. We should look that up. Did they tell him to do that? I mean, I guess his name has been
Yeah,
long,
I'm
but-
sure he did. I also think the chemistry between Harlan and Marta in the scene where they're playing
Yeah.
the board game. I
Go.
just think they got good chemistry.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, yeah, y'all.
Yeah, that scene is really funny to me. We'll get into that in quotes later, but I had at least one from that.
They really seem to have a really good chemistry, and they really sold the idea of like, yeah, we've been friends for years. Like I've been helping him for years.
Yeah, I don't remember if they said how long she had.
Yeah, I know. And then I just wrote Chris Evans is just having fun, dude. I think he just came on set.
Oh, yeah,
he's
he's
just
so
like,
funny.
because he was still.
You said you loved him as a villain.
Yeah, he's a good villain.
Yeah,
I think
the only other time I've seen him as a villain was also Ana de Armas was in the movie too.
Not Ghosted.
The Gray Man.
Gosh, not Ghosted. Gray Man. Yeah.
I only watched Ghosted because she was in it.
He's coming out. Okay. Yeah. Well, I would watch Ghosted just because she's.
Yeah, did you watch it?
No.
Oh,
Dude, Ana de Armas is so. Dude. There were multiple.
The scene when she's in the car and the light is like hitting from the side, and her eyes like light up golden. I almost fell
I'm
off
just
the
saying
couch.
any scene with her.
Yeah, but you especially reacted like those couple scenes where she like woke up out of the bed.
Oh,
just like,
dude.
Yeah, that's the exact reaction. Yeah.
Dude, there were multiple times where me and Levi were just
Lord
like,
have
this
mercy.
woman is the prettiest woman of our time.
Oh yeah,
She's so pretty.
yeah, divine almost.
Oh my gosh, unreal, unreal. Back to the acting bits. I think Ana de Armas did good. I just think she's being herself in this a little bit. I mean, not like too much, but like she's just acting.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy, nothing. But like, it's good acting. It's
But
acting.
like I said in the last episode, this was the movie that put me on her because I saw this before I saw Blade Runner. But I think she's better in this than in Blade Runner.
I think
she has a bigger role.
I think she's prettier in Blade Runner.
You're tripping.
Dude, hers the holographic wife.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
No, I know. I get what. I don't.
I'll show you later.
I've seen the movie
I'll show you
like
pictures
3
later.
times.
No, I'll show you specifics later. Don't worry.
Crazy. Get that out.
No, I've got them taped to my wall
Yeah, there's no way.
in my
you're leaving
room. No, it's not. It's not. This is being cut.
this in. Yeah.
In terms of acting, that's all I have. You have anyone else you can think of that really had a good role? I just don't think the other. I don't think the other family members had a lot. I think
Well, you said you liked Michael Shannon. Like, well, you said that at the beginning. You just
Like
like,
him
I
as
like
a-
Michael Shannon as an actor, but
I like him as an actor. I also, I like Jamie Lee Curtis. I like
Toni Collette.
Toni Collette, but like, I don't think they were given enough to.
They
know,
did good with
kinda-
what they were given.
Yes.
Yeah.
They did great with what they were given, and I think that's important.
Lakeith Stanfield.
He
He
did
had a
good.
couple one-liners.
He had a
that were-
good-
his reactions.
His delivery is really funny.
Yeah.
His delivery is really funny. I have some notes on him too.
The first time she threw up.
But he is a good actor too. I think he's very good.
Oh yeah.
He's so good. And I guess that's one thing I would change. Just kind of have them a little more involved. Give them a little bit more like things to do, I guess.
Them or him specifically.
Just all the
Oh.
family members that really didn't have much to do.
Yeah.
Because it was more of like
That had, have it
Daniel
even spread
Craig, Ana
amongst
de
them.
Armas, and Chris Evans show.
Yeah, but that's how it was supposed to be. I feel like the other ones.
I know, but I'm saying you get a stacked cast like that. Give them some. Everyone should have.
And you'd have a 3-hour movie.
No, I'm saying everyone should have a scene that's their like.
They did. That was the beginning of the movie. Yes. The flashback.
No.
Yep.
Nah.
Well, see, this was me at the party.
Cinema. Okay. Cinematography. Let's move on to that. What are some cool shots?
The opening shot is fire of the little dog running in the yard with the leaves falling in autumn in front of the sickest house you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah. This is I wrote this down too. The opening shot is great. It's like a.
Colonial architecture.
It's like a. I mean, it screams fall. It screams. I'm going to my grandfather's house on
For
Thanksgiving,
Thanksgiving.
in the middle of. Whoa.
Jinx, you owe me a Dr. Pepper.
I've got one in the fridge you can have. Yeah, it screams like family reunion house, but like the house is huge too, and it
It's
looks,
like gothic kind
it
of.
looks so comfy, and I also have set design.
Oh,
When
yeah.
it's showing interior shots at the beginning of the inside of the.
Dude, the room that he dies in that they were playing,
Awesome.
so sick. It had I don't know if it was a real, but it was supposed to be like the stuffed leopard chasing the monkey
Yeah,
on the ceiling.
dude, that's what I'm saying. I think the budget went to set design because my gosh,
yeah.
it's every room is so unique, so unique. You can look at a shot from this movie and see something new every time.
But that room and the room that they interviewed everybody in with the Wheel of Knives were the
Those
two
are-
sickest rooms.
Yeah, two best rooms. I agree. But I'll say this: the house screams Clue House.
Yeah.
Like it's the interior and exterior, both of them scream Clue House. Like I feel like if I was in this house, there would be so many, and that's something I would change, and I guess I'll save that for that later. But remind me, talking about the house, remind me, what other cinematic shots do you have? I've got a list. We're just going. I want you to go back and forth.
A lot of close-up shots.
Of
Oh, I just meant in general. Like the whole movie, I just noticed a lot of close-up shots.
yeah, the different shots of their perspectives. So like when Jamie Lee Curtis is telling her side of the story.
Yes, yeah, I like that.
And it's like them giving
It's them giving
the
him
father
the cake.
and then when Michael Shannon
Yeah.
gives his side of the
It's
story,
him and his wife
him
and his son.
Yeah,
give the
good.
cake.
I like that because then it's like we can't trust them.
Well, yeah, but
I
that's
think-
how I feel like most people are when they're getting interrogated. That's why I interrogate different people at different times,
Yeah.
so that they can see that the stories are not they're the same story, but they're not the same story.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, from a directing standpoint, you're telling me, oh, we can't trust these people because they have ulterior motives.
Yeah.
Which is good directing. Good visual storytelling.
Yeah. That's why, and visual storytelling, after the will is read and Marta's like running out of the house and everyone's like chasing her, the like shaky camera that they have following her, I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that is like visual storytelling 101, because everything up until that, and I did note that watching it, I was like, we've gone from still cam to now shaky cam for this scene particularly, and it makes sense why.
Yeah, I can't remember like another time specifically where they had at least
they never
camera
had
that shaky.
No, they didn't have a shaky cam.
Yeah.
Everything was mounted or like close-ups or like, smooth cam.
Yep.
So
the zoom in and out shots were sick.
That's like a
Yeah.
realization or whatever. Love that.
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of actual shots, when she leaves the house and Blanc is in the freaking shadows smoking a cigar. Remember that? I love that scene. I think the only thing that would have
made... you see the smoke. You don't even see him. You see the smoke in the air.
I'm like, this guy's sick, dude.
Yeah.
I want to be him for Halloween.
And he was rizzing her up, too. He was like... She's like, oh, why are you still here? He's like, oh, I stayed so I could chat with you a little bit longer.
Sure. Chat with you, Ana.
Yeah. I was like, me too, dude.
I'm like, I'm going to write that down.
Yeah.
Use that later.
The last thing I had... Oh, no, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think one thing that would make that shot really cool... Do you remember in Lord of the Rings when Aragorn's in the corner of the tavern and he's got the hood?
Yeah.
But when every time he hits his pipe, you just barely see his face from the
from the light?
From the light of the pipe. When he's like...
Yes, yeah. Uh-huh.
And you see and it's just barely his face. I'm like, give us something like that. Give us like a close-up of him like puffing the cigar and it gets a little red and you see his face a little. He's like, well, Marta. Or wait, I don't even know how to do his...
That's not bad.
How do you do his accent?
I don't know.
Well, Marta.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I just wanted to talk to you a little bit more.
That was good.
Hey, what is he supposed to be? Southern or
he's Kentucky? Bluegrass.
Dang,
it's like this weird like French thing.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Because I thought a funny quote was when Ransom first shows up, he walks in, he meets Benoit, and he hears his accent. Yeah. He's like, CSI KFC?
And then Elliot laughs at him.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
The last thing I had on cinematography was the silhouette shot in the laundromat that Marta goes to of Fran's body.
Oh yeah, haunting.
And you're like, okay, I wasn't expecting it to be this creepy. And then she walks up to it because she thinks she's alive, and she pulls out her flashlight, and she's like, she isn't technically dead right there. She's like OD'd. She'd been passed out, and he turns the flashlight on. There's a spider walking across her face. I remember jumping in the theater the first time I saw that.
I remember seeing that too and jumping, and I remember that scene, seeing that, and I'm like, I did not expect this movie to take this turn. I was like, whoa, we're going a little horror here with the way
that's what I thought too.
With the way they framed that and like had like the light coming from behind her.
Because I walk in that room and I see that. First of all, I'm not thinking she's alive. I'm like, I'm gonna go. First of all, again with the lights, dude. Turn on some lights.
Yeah,
this is 2 movies in a row.
Yeah, well, it's also a crappy laundromat, so.
Yeah, well, if there's not a light switch, I'm not staying.
Well, the power's probably not paid for. City will shut off the power if you don't pay it.
Well,
think about it.
Oh, okay. I was about to say it's a laundromat. Like, you need the power, but
it's not open.
Okay,
it's like there's like one row of washing machine.
No,
in the corner, dude. There's no way this place is open.
So turn your flashlight on sooner. I'm not walking right up to the body and turning the flashlight.
I mean, I'll agree with you on that. Find some sort of way to get some sort of light on them.
Throw something at her. If she don't move, I'm out.
Yeah. I've got 2 other shots. So one of the shots where they're trying to figure out what to do with Marta because she has everything.
Yeah.
And they think
what to do. Yeah.
Well, they look up like, well, what if it wasn't a
donut?
What if it was? We would get the inheritance back. And he's like, I mean, if she murdered him, then yeah. And so they look at Detective Blanc, and this is also just vibes, and the framing. It's him because look, dude, put me in a house with a real fireplace, like with a real fireplace. That's such a vibe.
They have a real fireplace?
My grandma, she still has a real fireplace. But like
my parents have a real fireplace. I'm just saying, was there a real fireplace in there?
Yeah. Remember, it's him, Blanc, sitting looking at the fire, but it's only like this half of his face is orange and the left half is...
When?
They're asking the lawyer, what can we do about this?
Oh, that room. That was the only time they were in there.
And they're like, well, what if she did kill him? And then they kind of all look over at Blanc, and he's like, I suspect foul plot.
Oh, yes. I love that line, too.
Sitting with the fire...
I have eliminated no suspects.
Yeah.
Just love that.
That's the shot I'm talking about. And then I also like the shot of Meg when she calls her, and it's just her eyes are. It's like she's looking out a window, and only her eyes are.
And they don't show till after the phone call that she was like, no, it's just me, and the whole family was listening, told her to do it.
Yeah, there's just a lot of. This is just a solid movie. Oh, this is a good movie.
Thank you.
Good pick, Levi.
Yeah,
good
especially
pick.
for
especially for.
I wouldn't have done this if it was like June,
Yeah, this is a good Thanksgiving movie.
Yeah,
and just a good movie in general. Let's move on to score. I don't really have a lot of notes on score, but I do. There was
violins. There was a lot of violins.
Yeah, there was one bit that really stood out, and it was towards the end where after everything's resolved, there's a bit of like jazz bits.
The harmonica. That's what I had. Yeah, ends in a harmonica.
Yeah, little jazz bits that kind of ended up, and you kind of feel like you're at a jazz club or something.
Yeah. All right.
You got anything else for score?
No.
No.
Quotes.
This is quotes, but I have extra funny bits, stuff that just made me laugh.
Well, one thing I wrote down for quotes was, and it really didn't turn out to mean anything, but there was at least twice when Harlan was telling different people, my mind's made up.
Yeah.
Never really. I guess that was just kind of just alluding to the will.
Yeah.
Of him switching his will decision to give everything to Marta.
Yeah. He did say that a lot. And I thought they were
I think he only said it twice, but
I thought it was like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, maybe.
I was just wondering what they would do with it, but they didn't really do much with it. I have, so when Marta first tells the cops about her throw up problem, and she tells a lie and she throws up, and the way Lakeith Stanfield, he goes, "Oh shit,
donut."
Like, it's just the way he said it and like looked over. It was such a funny, like I audibly laughed out loud. It was so good. I also like the scene where basically Marta has like a little bit of a panic attack, and Meg gives her some weed, but Marta doesn't want it, and so Meg like hits it once and then throws it away.
Yeah, that.
And she walks back up to her dad, and her dad's like,
"You been smoking grass?"
I'm like, Michael Shannon's line delivery was so funny too. He's like, "You been smoking grass?"
His face.
And she goes, No. Oh, so this is my last little favorite scene. The scene where
this is your favorite scene? What?
No, this is just a funny scene.
Oh, okay.
Fran is dead.
Yeah.
And the ambulance are coming, and it's a shot of Blanc in the car with like an iPod and his music earbuds in, and he's just singing away, dude. You know,
oh yes, that was so funny. That was a cool camera angle too.
Yeah, it's
outside
like
the car,
mounted on the outside. But he's just he looks,
and he doesn't notice anything is happening until he like hears the ambulance.
Yeah.
Wow!
Yeah.
He turns around. Oh.
I love that scene. Is so funny to me because he's like he's just got his little wired earbuds in, like singing. I don't even know what song he's singing. He's just funny, jamming. Yeah. But no, dude, that
see the funniest thing to me. This was in quotes too. When I said that Harlan kept saying funny stuff when they were in the room right before she gave him the medicine, when he said when she was beating him in Go, he said, "That's elder abuse. I'm going to call the AARP."
That was a great line. I love that.
And he was faking me like, "Oh, I'm so old."
I'm so old. Yeah, that was good. He had a good line there.
Oh, okay. I should save this for one thing I'd change. Okay. But I do have another quote on here. I said when Harlan says, "A donut hole in a donut's hole," when he's explaining like
I got so lost with that crap.
That was hilarious because I remember the poster I have on LetterBoxd has the donut in it. I didn't remember how the donut tied into because one of the top reviews on LetterBoxd, the number 2 one, says a really great whodunit film. Pun. That's funny.
That's good. That's a good review. No wonder it's the top one.
No, that's number 2. The top one was a movie as good as its sweaters, and the sweaters are excellent.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna move into final thoughts here.
It's been a great episode, Chandler.
Oh, thank you, Blanc. Who could I be? Let me think. Hold on.
No, that wouldn't have. I would have been.
Thank you, Blanc. No, it's not on a down.
Throw up. Yeah, it's been really good.
Throw up. I'm so tired, dude. We're recording this at like 10:40 at night, and I've been driving for hours to get back.
I gotta drive another 20 minutes. Huh?
Yeah, I know. So hey, Levi, what would you change?
The one thing I'd change is when Blanc said, when he's telling Marta, "I trust your kind heart," he should have said, "and your weak stomach." Like when she asked, "Why do you want to tag me along on the What were they doing? Oh, they were going around
The
the house looking for
investigation,
clues. Yeah. And she's like, "Oh, why are you choosing me?" And he said, "I trust your kind heart." And then I forget what he actually said after that. But in my head, I guess because I have a utopia in my head, and I was like, "Oh, he definitely says, and your weak stomach."
I think if they would have, that would have been a great comedic beat to have.
Yeah.
That would have been a great comedic beat. I would have loved that.
They would have had to have a stupid little badoom at the end of that.
Yeah, but it was fun.
Yeah.
What I would change is, so you have this great set piece for the house, right? But what I would love to see is a little bit more of like people hiding in other rooms or exploring the house and finding hidden things. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean, people?
Like just the family. Like everyone has a secret hidden like thing they know about the house, right?
Yeah.
So for example, when Ransom and Harlan are yelling at each other in the other room.
Yeah.
If there would have been like a cool little passageway in the wall or something that someone was like, I'm gonna. Well, I know that was the bathroom though. That's the bathroom. You have this, but you see what I'm saying?
The bathroom's in Clue.
Okay, but I'm saying you have this giant house.
Yeah.
With secret rooms, secret windows. Like, let's play into like this Clue type house that's got
have somebody in a secret
hidden
passageway.
Stuff and like, or
Behind
maybe instead of using the hidden window, Ransom could have done
yeah.
a different way to get up there. He's like, oh, I know that when I was a kid, there was a tunnel.
Oh yeah.
Floorboards up to the. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up, but something like that. You utilize the house a little bit and also utilize the family acting a little bit more. That's what I would change.
Okay.
But hey, teach their own.
Yeah.
So
teach their own. Okay.
Well, what was your favorite scene, man?
My favorite scene was at the end when you said Benoit Blanc is giving his retelling of everything that happened.
Well, everything is noted.
When the camera zooms down the wheel of knives to Blanc and he says, "Enter Benoit Blanc." Like him calling his own shot was so sick.
Yeah, Daniel Craig is really hamming it up, and I love it. He's just having such a good time with this role, and that line delivery was crazy when he's like, "Enter me."
I am him.
Now is when the story. Now is when the story starts. But yeah, no, that was a good scene. My favorite scene. I'm trying to do something different than you too.
Yeah. Oh, actually, that's the one I wrote down. But my actual favorite, which should also be your favorite, if one still shot, is at the end when the whole family is on the driveway and she's on the banister, and it's the side shot of her looking down on them.
Yeah, I would say, I would say the scene where he's recalling the timeline of like everything that happened.
Oh, the whole thing.
Yeah, like
I thought you were gonna say like when you see the smoke. Like you were talking about earlier.
No, I'm saying when they were going through the timeline.
Yeah.
The first time, I'm talking about like, oh, he died at this time. You went downstairs.
Yeah.
Michael Shannon's character noted the time. He was outside smoking. Because that's like the whole setup of everything, and that's where you get the time frame. Like, this is what happened.
Yeah.
I thought that was the first thing that I liked. But if you wouldn't have taken the first one, I would probably do that one too. That one is a good scene where he kind of lays the whole thing out, and you're like, whoa,
yeah,
that's everything. What's your favorite performance?
Definitely Daniel Craig.
Yeah, he's good. He's limited.
It's like Daniel Craig 1A, Ana de Armas 1B.
I would probably pick Chris Evans
First.
No, I'd probably pick him second, and then
after Daniel Craig.
But Daniel Craig first. But I would say, just to be different from you, Chris Evans, just because
that's fair.
I think
he's very funny. They're both funny though.
He's got this like Joe Burrow swag when he shows up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shows up in the Beamer, gets out, and he's like, the dogs, they can't touch me. And then the cops are like, hey, we're police officers. He's like, I don't care. Yeah. And he just like walks through, gets Biscoff immediately.
Yeah, dude. Oh, dude, Biscoff
goes straight to meet the family for the will. And he's
you don't know it, like Biscoffs are phenomenal.
They're
so good.
I doubt it. I've had one. I doubt I've had one.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to remember.
Did you not try the Biscoff ice cream when it was out at Walmart?
No.
It's super good.
No.
It's just like this great cinnamon cracker cookie.
Yeah, I think Chris Evans' performance is just fun because he's hamming it up. He's being as witty, as charming, as maniacal and cynical as he can be, and I love it.
I've got my similar genre Rex locked and loaded.
All right. I got to find one.
Mine, for you, which I said earlier, that you should watch and just compare it to this. It's not as good as this, but I like it. Murder on the Orient Express. I haven't seen the original one from like the 60s or whenever it came out, but the one from 2017 it's directed by Kenneth Branagh and he stars as Hercule Poirot. which I think is so talented when you can direct and be the main character.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a
Dang,
good one.
that's impressive. That's very impressive.
Yeah.
Wait, Kenneth
Branagh.
He
directed Murder on the Orient Express, and he plays Hercule Poirot. Mm-hmm.
That's actually
him.
really impressive. I don't know how you even do that.
Yeah. That's just like a fun one to watch and try to, guess who did it.
Yeah. I have a rec. Sherlock Holmes with
Yeah, that's on here.
Robert Downey Jr.
The Guy Ritchie ones.
Yeah,
Both of them.
Those are both both really good movies. I'd rec both of those. I think
I've got like 5 that I could.
Those are really good because I think the directing and the way it's told is unique for a whodunit.
I need to rewatch those too. They are good though.
And just trying to use Sherlock, like how he thinks, is
Yeah.
very, very interesting. It's the writing and that's really good. But I love that's a good movie.
My top 5 recs would be Murder on the Orient Express, not in any particular order. Mystery, crime, movies. Murder on the Orient Express, Zodiac, Clue from 1984,
Yeah.
7,
Oh yeah.
and another one that has Daniel Craig in it. Have you ever seen it? The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Yes, that's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie.
Those would be my similar genre recs.
All right.
It's been a great episode here today on the pod. Next episode, we're going to have our first guest on.
First guest.
And so we will let them decide.
Yeah, we won't say who.
Yeah. What movie we're watching. We have an idea.
Yeah, we have an idea.
But it's also a very fall-y movie, too.
It is.
You haven't seen it, but
the
color scheme,
so
straight autumn.
We'll give you a little hint. Y'all can kind of start guessing.
It's also on my list.
But it is on Levi's list, and it's a movie that in our first episode I did say I have not seen this movie, and
Which will be great. Be the first episode we've done where at least one of us hadn't seen it.
hadn't seen it. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
It'll be our first guest. You get to meet one of our friends, which we're really, really stoked for.
Yep.
And then it's a movie that I've never seen, so y'all get to interrogate me for that.
Yeah, so one of my favorite movies growing up as a kid and then watching as an adult, it's a completely different movie. But this has been a great episode.
Just thanks for listening, guys.
Oh.
We had a good time. Hey.
Go subscribe. What are we doing?
I was about to say, go subscribe.
Just subscribe. And like the video, too.
Yeah, like the video. Give us a like.
What's keeping you from liking it? What is that? That doesn't hurt you.
Just hit the little thumbs up button. It's just looking at you. Come on.
Smash it.
Just hit it. YouTube
Smash
now.
it like I just smashed the table with my phone
Yeah.
right there.
But hey, for real though, thank you guys so much. We'll catch you next time.
Happy fall.
Yeah, happy fall. Hey, that was pretty good. Yeah. I had a good time.